Hello, welcome to another weekday update. What fresh hell is this? You know what? Let's make that the title of this one. What fresh hell is this? Yes, I have a different background. This is my room. Anyway, Spotify and UMG are reportedly working on AI generated remixes and covers for premium subscribers because apparently the biggest problem facing music fans was that weren't there weren't enough computers involved. Sorry, it's still hard to wrap my head around that, let alone make a joke. Spotify says this will allow users to create personalized versions of songs, which is great because when I hear a song by a professional artist, my first thought is always, yeah, but what if a machine made it worse? The feature will reportedly be limited to participating artists, meaning we're only a few years away from hearing, my favorite band broke up, but the algorithm says they're still touring. First, Google started prioritizing AI answers. Now Spotify wants AI songs. At this point, AI isn't replacing jobs, it's replacing experiences. Former MLB star Wander Franco was found criminally responsible in a case involving a minor, but avoided prison. The decision sparked outrage online, mostly because people still expect rich people to experience consequences. Could you imagine if that happened? The judge's ruling has drawn criticism from many observers. Though to be fair, if public trust in institutions gets any lower, it's going to qualify for government assistance. The ongoing bricks and minifigs controversy continues to generate backlash online, and somehow a story about Lego has become one of the messiest scandals on the internet. 10 years ago, if you told someone there'd be a Lego controversy involving lawsuits, police encounters, YouTubes, business disputes, and accusations flying in every direction, they would have said, that sounds unrealistic. And then Netflix would have made 3 seasons of it. YouTuber Reckless Ben continues investigating the story, which means we've officially reached a point where YouTubers are doing investigative journalism while actual journalists are writing articles about TikTok dances. The story has become so complicated that every new update requires a flowchart. At this point, the Lego sets are easier to assemble than the timeline. Nothing says, we've done nothing wrong, quite like spending more time fighting critics than answering questions. A police officer pulled over a woman for allegedly texting while driving with her right hand. The woman then informed the police officer that she doesn't have a right hand. Sorry, I'm laughing at the stupid officer, not the lady without the hand. But I gotta say, go watch the video because she is hilarious. Most people would have apologized. The officer instead chose the classic law enforcement strategy known as double or nothing. The officer reportedly continued arguing after realizing the mistake, because admitting you're wrong is dangerous. You might accidentally grow as a person. A judge avoids prison for a celebrity, companies replace musicians with AI, search engines replace articles with AI, music services replace artists with AI, and police argue with a woman about a hand she literally doesn't have. Honestly, if aliens finally arrive, they're gonna leave. Not because they're scared, but because they just don't want to get involved. Scientists say life may exist, or intelligent life may exist elsewhere in the universe. Looking at us, I'd say they're right. Well, that's all I have for this edition of Weekday Update. Yeah, that's all I have. See ya.